Since the dawn of creation, the only constant has been chaos, the primordial energy capable of unlimited power. The only limits be the imagination of the user. Every now and then, beings and objects come into existence that channel this energy into the physical realm, whether it be gemstones like emeralds, techniques like chaos control, or even entities infused with chaos itself. And in this such scenario, a being had come into existence. 50 years ago, a brilliant researcher wished to cure his dying granddaughter of an incurable disease. With the backing of GUN, he began his work on creating not only the cure to all diseases, but the ultimate life form. This became Project Shadow. Through much trial and tribulation, and Faustian deals with different parties, the ultimate life form was born. But unlike in the world that we're familiar with, this being wasn't a hedgehog. Rather, the brilliant Dr. Gerald Robotnik was inspired by ancient stories of a feline who holds great power in another dimension. Whether real or not, he wished to make that legend a reality. And so, the vessel for Project Shadow became a large cat, oozing with chaos energy. But, unlike in canon, GUN felt this being, this cat, was not what they wanted to bring into the world. And so, before it could be awakened, the organization raided the facilities, and in Gerald's dying breath, wishing his creation to serve a better life, he sent its pod hurling down towards Earth, never to be found again. Soon, this being would awake within the forests of the Mystic Ruins. No idea what it is, or where it came from. With no sense of self, this big cat became a hermit, living a simple life, taking joys in fishing and catching frogs, titling himself Big the Cat, and not knowing the true power he holds. It was a rainy night in the Mystic Ruins. Big had just found a yellow glowing rock during one of his many fishing ventures, and when holding the gemstone, he felt a strange sensation. Getting exhausted from this new feeling, the cat went to sleep and left the gem at his bedside. Froggy, Big's good pal, was laying on top of the cat when a strange sound startled the frog. As the creature was investigating, a strange puddle had lunged itself into the frog's mouth, making it grow a tail. As the commotion occurred, Big awoke, shocked at his friend's now strange appearance.
Froggy, is that you? You're looking kinda weird, good buddy. What's up with the tail?
Froggy then lunged at the yellow gemstone before hightailing it out of there.
Hey, wait a minute! You swallowed my lucky charm! Come back here! Froggy, wait up!
As the frog fled off into the forest, Big began his search for his friend, knowing something was up, as Froggy would never leave him behind. Soon after, Big would arrive in Station Square, roaming the early morning streets.
Froggy, come out wherever you are! Oh, where could my pollywog pal be?
As the cat roamed the roads of rush hour traffic, a car had nearly crashed into the poor guy. But, on what seemed to be instinct, Big had stopped the vehicle with his hand, denting the car and leaving its driver awestruck. Big paid no mind to it though, and continued his search. That's when he noticed something green moving in the distance. It had to be Froggy. It had moved into a sewer drain another car was parked over. Once again, paying no mind to his surroundings, Big not only picked up the car, but threw it across the street, leaving the vehicle to crash into a nearby building. Now scouring the sewers, this determined, unstoppable cat scurried around for hours, making much sound. Some citizens thought it was a monster in the sewers. Finally, after hours of searching, Big found Froggy and ran towards him.
Froggy, I found you, buddy!
Big hugged him so tight, the yellow chaos emerald popped right out of the frog's mouth. But a little too tight, as Froggy slipped right out of his grasp at the same time, restarting the search all over again.
Froggy, come back, buddy, please!
Now, gripping the yellow emerald tightly, the cat felt a sensation from it. Something familiar. He just couldn't vocalize it yet. But power started to draw as he continued his search. Now late into nightfall, Big was roaming the Mystic Ruins on his needless search. But this time, Froggy would find him, as a bright orange fox was walking around with a frantic look, and in his hands was Big's pal. The cat's eye would lock onto the fox as he'd make a dash for him and lunge forward.
Froggy!
What? Ah! Big would trip over, startling the fox, causing his grip on Froggy to loosen and the frog to once again escape. Not wanting this chase to last any longer, something snapped in Big. As the emerald was calling to him, by pure instinct, Big pointed the emerald forward and yelled,
"Chaos Control!"
As suddenly, time froze. Not knowing nor caring about this, Big simply grabbed Froggy as time unpaused, whilst the fox was just confused.
What just happened? Was that you?
Oh no, this strange rock made words pop in my head. Doesn't matter, I have Froggy now.
Wait, you have a Chaos Emerald?
Before the fox could inquire further, Big was already gone, and frankly, he didn't want to look for him. Whatever just happened unnerved him. Now, Big had his pal again. They could just go back home, go fishing again, and everything would be back to normal.
I'm so glad I found you, buddy. This lucky charm really is lucky. It helped me find you. I can't wait to go fishing again. It'll be so fun.
As the cat continues his walk home, his ears tingle as he hears noises in the bushes. He and Froggy weren't alone, as suddenly, a tall red robot emerged from the forest, staring down the cat.
The frog, hand it over.
Big looked over at this strange figure, clenching the emerald tightly and holding on to Froggy.
I don't know why everyone's so interested in my pal, but he's my buddy, and you can get your own.
In response to this statement, Gamma dashed forward at Big, attempting to take the frog by force. But the cat wouldn't let this happen. He held his fishing rod strongly and whacked it hard at the robot. Gamma jumped back briefly before firing his blaster at the cat. Big narrowly avoided every shot. Gamma went in close again, continuing the onslaught of fire. Big tensed up again as he was about to lose his friend once more. As these thoughts flooded his mind, the yellow emerald glowed as another power grew within him. Big held his hand up before pointing at Gamma and yelling,
Chaos Spear!
From Big's hands launched energy spears at the robot, forcing Gamma to be on the defensive. Continuously, Big fired these attacks at the robot, not knowing what this power was, but not caring one bit. He would protect his friend no matter what. As their battle waged on, Gamma decided this fight needed to end. The robot hovered up and aimed a precise hit at Big's feet, causing the cat to jump back and lose balance. The robot quickly landed down and grabbed the frog off the cat before making a dash into the forest. Big quickly got up, eyes fired up, not willing to let his friend be taken. The cat lunged forward, running maniacally through the forest in hopes of catching up to that robot. That's when he heard the ground shake, as from the nearby treetops rose a gigantic battleship, and far off in the distance was Gamma boarding that ship. Big locked his eyes on that ship, holding the emerald above him.
I'll save you, Froggy. I'll make sure nobody takes you ever again. Chaos Control!
Big suddenly dissipates into nothing, as in an instant, he reappears aboard that ship, exhausted, but motivated all the same. This unstoppable cat dashes through the deck, looking everywhere for his friend, tearing every room he's in apart, and crushing any robot in his path. He doesn't care where he is, he must find Froggy. Big eventually makes his way to the northern deck. He then senses the presence of his pal. The unstoppable cat stands there for a second before looking down and tearing the floor below him open, dropping down into a large room where he sees that red robot and a strange, mustached man.
Sonic, what's the meaning of this?
No, you're someone else. You're that tub of lard who caused a ruckus on the southern deck. Gamma looks on at Big, slightly unnerved.
Where's Froggy?
What? Oh, you mean this.
Eggman holds up Froggy as Big stares, ready to get his friend.
This pal of yours swallowed Chaos's tail. So, unfortunately, I'll be needing it.
The doctor then focuses on something in Big's hand, the yellow Chaos Emerald.
It seems you have one of the emeralds. I'll be taking that too, cat.
Big ignores these statements, resolved in his goals, as he blankly stares, stating his mission to this devilish doctor.
I'm getting my pal back.
Is that so? Well then, Gamma, take care of this pest now!
Aye, aye, sir.
The fearsome robot dashes forward, ready for round 2. Despite narrowly winning their previous match, Gamma's ever-growing conscience can only feel nervous. Something is different about this cat. It might be enough to drastically change the outcome of this battle. Ever resolved, the robot still chooses to fight against these odds, firing several blasts at the cat. Big absorbs these hits with his gut and dashes forward, jumping up high and slamming down, nearly crushing the robot. Big looks up with his cold, dead eyes at the mech, resolved at getting Froggy back with any means necessary. Gamma jumps back and stands upon the higher floors of the room, using the doors to other rooms as cover, whilst he proceeds to snipe at Big. The cat is unfazed though, and proceeds to point his emerald forward, stopping time with a mighty chaos control, dashing up and unleashing a barrage of chaos spears. Just as time resumes, Gamma is hit with a barrage of these attacks, and is forced back into the open. Big is now nowhere to be seen, as Gamma is defenseless and unable to attack. Just then, Big jumps from above and throws his fishing rod at Gamma, stabbing the robot through the chest and permanently ending this machine. From its remains, a bird flies out, as Big looks at the robot before turning to Eggman.
Listen, I'm sure we can make a deal. No need for any needless violence.
The doctor begins to frantically tap the button on his seat. As he spins up to the roof, Big watches on, unfazed. Eggman quickly arrives at the open deck and starts frantically running. Coincidentally, 2 other heroes arrive, a spiky blue hedgehog and the short orange fox from before.
Alright, Eggman, where's Amy? Who cares? That thing in there is going to kill me!
Big suddenly teleports before Eggman, cutting off his path. Tails looks over, shocked.
It's that cat from before.
You know this dude? As Big stands commanding over Eggman, the doctor looks terrified as he and Big's eyes lock.
Give back Froggy.
Fine, here! Just leave me alone, you lunatic!
Eggman reveals Froggy from his hands as Big snatches his friend back, giving the frog a huge hug.
Froggy! I finally got you back! Yippee!
If only to ruin Big's happiness once again, one last foe appears to take his friend. A watery limb swats at the cat and takes Froggy, before suddenly growing a large tail. The mighty Chaos 4 had appeared, for both its missing tail and the Chaos Emeralds it was promised. Big turns over at it, giving the creature a look that strikes fear into everyone watching. Void of emotion as ever, Chaos 4 simply rushes forward, attempting to take the emerald from Big. The ultimate lifeform is put up to his greatest test yet, as Big, whilst holding his own, is put on the defensive. Every attack he's tried isn't swaying this mighty beast. Big is overwhelmed and is near defeat. Will his friend forever be taken from him? The emerald glows one last time, imparting the final piece of knowledge for Big. A natural technique that flows through his blood, a power that may overwhelm this being. A sense of deja vu hits the cat. He knows what he must do. He removes the rings on his wrists. His uninhibited power consumes him, glowing the cat a bright red. Big dashes forward at Chaos, and brute forces his arm in, ripping Froggy out and back to his safety, before he yells his finishing technique.
Chaos Blast!
The mighty explosion consumes both Chaos and the entire deck. When the dust settles, everyone looks over to see the watery monster gone. All 4 emeralds it absorbed on the ground, and Big putting his rings back on. Before anyone can say anything, Big simply picks up Froggy, his friend, happy to see him, as he walks off.
Come on, Froggy. Let's go home and fish.
The mighty cat teleports off, leaving Sonic, Tails, and Eggman dumbfounded. Big now knows the true power he holds, the very essence of chaos energy flowing through his veins, abilities that would take others years of training, power that could rival an ancient monster. But instead of asking questions, where he came from, who he was, or why he exists, he simply sits in the forest with his best friend Froggy, gets out a nice rod, grabs some bait, casts out a fishing line in a small pond, and fishes, as if nothing had happened. Many days later, with his plans thwarted by this mysterious yet powerful cat, Eggman is just stumped, wanting to know who or what that was.
That cat! That thing was no ordinary creature.
Eggman stares at a screen, a document file about his grandfather. Much information lost to time, but enough to figure out what he wants.
That thing lines up with the weapon my grandfather made for the government. I will find it, and I will bend that weapon to my will.
Eggman begins his scheming to control the ultimate lifeform, Big the Cat. And that's where we'll be leaving things for this What If. For now, at least. April Fools, everyone! I wanted to do something funny and unserious for April Fools. I hope this video gave everyone a bit of dumb entertainment for today. I might make a part 2 one day, but honestly, I think this simple story can end perfectly here. But, who knows? Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe for more if you want to. And as always, thanks for watching! Within a GUN command room, a soldier barges in to report to his superior. This soldier holding vital information. Newly ranked Commander Abraham Tower turns to his subordinate as he's told that a strange, powerful cat was reported to be causing a ruckus in Station Square the other day. This information gives the commander a rush of emotion.
Thank you, soldier. You're dismissed.
Commander Tower clenches his fists and breaks a malicious smile.
I finally found you, Project Shadow.